Now, if you don't know already, if you don't know anything about the Meat Magazine brand, I cannot stand Blac Chyna cracked vagina. Now, she may be nice to look at, but other than that, I mean, well, she has a cute face. That big old hanging, saggy, fake booty is not popping. It's not the business. You know, depending on what she wears, sometimes it could look nice, though, I guess. Let me stop. Sometimes it does look nice. You know what I mean. But Blac Chyna cracked vagina is really, you know, somebody I'm just not a fan of. And man, you know, I saw some some comments that were left on social media, and I just had to share them with you guys, man. I don't know whether or not Tokyo Toni or Blac Chyna's mother, I'm not perfectly sure of whether or not she actually said this. Because of the nature of the comments, I'm just going to say she allegedly said the following. Quote, "I don't give a duck who the fuck she marrying, you groupie bitch. Fuck the white man. Devils, rapists, thieves, etc. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Get it in your following groupie head, bitch. I will degrade you." Now, somebody named Tampatia had some laughing crying emojis that said, right? Somebody named Kiki_Teru with laughing crying emoji said, "You on fire." Somebody named Dion380 said, "Calm down, baby. You too fine to be mad at these weak ass people." Damn, he sounds like me. Sometimes you just gotta tell the women that they're fine. Anyways, let me shut my thirstiness up real quick and go ahead and read to you what else she said. So rather allegedly said, so Blac Chyna cracked vagina's mother allegedly went on to say, "So your bum ass think they got what they deserved. Obviously you are of another race, I can presume white. Let me reinforce something, Peckerwood. Your white wife still wants black dick regardless if a black man right or wrong. You white, dirty, trashed ass, bologna and cheese smelling body bitch drives your bitches to, quote, killing the kids, you, etc. Black dick drives a bitch to French braids and popping gum. So you tell me is best fit." I guess she meant to say who is the best fit or something like that. Anyways, she goes on to say, "Now, don't think your comment hurt me. It sent a chill of compassion for you simply due to your incapabilities, not only as a man, to keep your lily white rose of a wife stained by black love. Your comment of they deserved what they got on a police brutality video. I have to only accuse you," I guess she meant to say only assume. But she said, "I have to only accuse you were speaking of your woman engaging in sheer sexual lust with a long dick man otherwise. Why you mad? One or two reasons. You are a cop, or your white, pale-skinned wife likes black dick. No other reason. Now, feast your eyes on this, quote, fuck you in your massive size asshole. You little mad sick of a dick in your bitch's major and minor holes," end quote. "You little dick fuck. How dare you say they deserve that? No, your bitch deserves a good hard man dick. And now you mad. Do yourself a favor and bounce back. Don't look back. Ass up, face down. Oh, look, your girl getting fucked right now. Black dick rules on these lily white hoes of mad white men / cops. Good morning," end quote. Tokyo Toni is something else, Jesus. So here's the deal. Now, am I offended by what she said? Hell yeah. Do I think that what she said was really uncalled for? I mean, first of all, I did not see the police brutality video that this person left this nasty comment on, talking about they deserved it. You know, I've never really seen a black person on social media say something like that about white people. And I'm not saying that, you know, that it never happens. The only thing I'm saying is this. White people are extremely vocal about their hatred and disdain, you know, of black people, as long as nobody can see them. Racist white folks and racist people in general, hell, even racist black people, even though I think more racist black people are willing to show their face when they don't like other black people. You know, like Tommy Sodomizer, people like that, clowns like that. You got to understand something, though. It's cool to be an undercover racist. It's the thing to be, you know, because white supremacy is a business. That's why whenever they show you these crime statistics and these different graphs and charts and whatnot, those are nothing but business projections and the statistics that they have these graphs and charts just like you would see in a boardroom meeting, because they're trying to figure out where the business is gone and where they want to take it. That's why the population of black people has stayed the same forever. There's only a certain amount of black people that are in America at any given time, if you ever noticed that. And there's a certain amount of black people who are in jail as well. You know, it's all done by design. Plus, you know, with the politicians and whatnot, they have gerrymandering, among other little sneaky things that they can do, you know, to get things to be the way that they want them to be. But with all of that said, you know, Tokyo Tony really went too far with these comments. Talking about white people or the devil and all this other stuff. Anybody can be the devil. You want to know what the devil is, though? First of all, Tokyo Tony has a daughter who's getting married to. She's engaged to a white man named Robert Kardashian, a fat white man at that, who Black China Crack Vagina came up to and pretended to be the friend of for political and economic reasons, and also for the reason of revenge against teenager Kylie Jenner and our Tyga Kelly. So here's the deal. If we really want to talk about what the damn devil is, let's talk about the fact that Black China is using this man, destroying his life. Could you imagine if Rob really loves Black China? Because we know that she really doesn't love him. Could you imagine how that could make him just crash and burn? Could you imagine what type of drug binge he may go on, or drinking binge he may go on if they ever break up? You know, he comes to find out that she was just using him to get back at his little sister, his teenage sister that she was threatening on the internet. She's willing to make her children cousins just to get back at Kylie Jenner and Tyga. Think about it. Tyga was with Kylie first. He hit it first. And hitting it first in this situation really does matter, because Kylie and Tyga were together, and she goes and gets with the brother of her child's father's. What? Damn. See, this shit is getting confusing. Black China has a child with Tyga. Tyga was dating Kylie Jenner. She goes and gets with Kylie Jenner's brother, Robert Kardashian. So effectively making her children cousins. And I see people on social media like, that's right, Black China, you go ahead and get Kylie Jenner. And it's like, no, she's getting herself. You're cheering on foolishness. You want her children to be cousins. That's sick. You people are insane. Like, you want to see her get back at a teenager that bad? You're that vengeful. Do you who wish that her children are cousins? People are sick. Because you hate Kylie Jenner that much. You're that jealous or upset at her or whatever, for whatever reason. You hate her that much. You hate her because you ain't her. You wish that you had such an easy and leisurely lifestyle like the Kardashians so much that you want Black China to marry in to this family that you hate and you say is so sick. If the family is so bad, why would you want Black China to be a part of that family? You see, I know that a lot of white people have internalized racism issues, particularly the ones that sleep with and marry black people. For example, I'm going to tell you this here, and I know it's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, but the most racist people you will ever meet are black women and white men in interracial relationships. They are the most racist people you will ever meet. I freaking kid you not. If you actually pay attention and you talk to people and you listen to what people say, there's certain things that you will pick up on and you'll say to yourself, damn, they sound like some Klans members. He sounds like a Klansman. She sounds like a Klanswoman. If you actually know what to pay attention to. Because I people watch. I listen to what people say, but also pay attention to what they do. And if you know what to look out for, it'll blow your freaking mind to know the truth. But literally, some of the most racist people you will ever meet are black women and white men, the psycho swirlers of America. Disgusting trash. Especially these black women that claim to be pro-black, but they're sitting around sucking white dick. Like, no, you're not pro-black. You may be pro-black female, but your ass isn't pro-black. Because they hate black men. So you can't be pro-black if you hate half of black people. You're just a fucking joke. You're somebody who's trying to use pro-blackness so that you can give this white man a fetish like, haha, I'm fucking a Black Panther. You know? or you're doing it for other political reasons. Like, look at me. Look at how loyal and noble I am. I'm a pro-black woman who sucks white dick. It makes no sense. My whole point of bringing this up is this. It's ironic that your daughter is pregnant with a what? Are you going to say a half of a devil baby? I mean, Miss Tokyo Tony, since if these, assuming these comments are real, because she allegedly said this shit, because come to find out it could have been photoshopped, which I hope it was, because people put out the bullshit rumor that Birdman was coming out the closet as a bisexual bird, but that shit was fake. So some of the things you see on social media are not always real. They're not always true. That's my disclaimer. However, Tokyo Tony allegedly said this, and after seeing the ratchet behavior that I've seen from her over the years, I would have to say, yeah, she probably did say this crazy shit. She probably did, because I've seen some pretty disgusting stuff from this lady. Now, you have some psycho swirlers out there who will, see what your girl Tokyo Tony has said and say, you know what? I can see she has a point there, but I'll still suck a white dick. Let me tell you something. This is how you know these women are full of shit. If you really honestly believe that, but you support these interracial relationships, you're a fraud. And let me tell you something. A lot of the times you see these black women protesting, claiming to be pro-black, and saying the type of things that Tokyo Tony was saying, oh, the white man's the devil, this, that, and the third. Let me explain something to y'all real quick. The reason why they're doing that is for attention. That's why they want to have the loudest voice in the room, so that people will look at them, pay attention to them. What they're trying to do is draw in a white person who isn't seemingly racist for them to date, marry, or have sex with. It's what they're trying to do is fish for a non-racist or seemingly non-racist, non-black person. They're looking for their Lord and Savior, white Jesus. And how you do it is you go and you protest, or you post some crap online that seems extreme, seems like it could be pro-black when and anti-white, even though it's not really pro-black or anti-white. She didn't say anything to the effect of, we need an all-black economy, we need to make more little brown babies, or anything like that. That would be pro-black. That would be productive. Talking shit about how the white man is the devil doesn't help shit. That's just venting. That's just drawing negative attention to yourself. That's just screwing up your money. That's just giving yourself a bad reputation. It does nothing positive for you or positive for your people. There's nothing pro-black about it. That's just running your mouth. And unless people are talking about making more brown babies, so-called black people mating with each other, having healthy relationships with each other, and dealing with each other economically and having a black economic power base, unless they're talking those key points, what they're saying was just a bunch of foolishness. Because a lot of you would say, well, maybe she was just feeling like she was representing for her people. No, Tokyo Tony does not represent me. No shade. I'm just being honest here. Nothing about Tokyo Tony makes me feel as if she's representing for me at all whatsoever. What she did was just say a bunch of bullshit that's going to make people look at not just her, but us in a negative light. So that's why I'm calling her out to say, hey, I can see through her bullshit. I'm trying to warn y'all, when you see a black woman saying stuff like this is not being pro-black. This is some secret, hidden Negro bedwench agenda shit. It seems as if she hates white people, but yet she encourages her daughter to sleep with this white man and let him bust his Kardashian come inside of her and make a little Kardashian baby. Now, you might call them the Kardashians, you might hate their family, but for some reason, you same nasty women support Rob. You same nasty women down Kim Kardashian for the exact same things that Black China Cracked Vagina has done. And Black China Cracked Vagina has done worse things than Kim. In all honesty, Kim is a better catch than China. Just because Black China Cracked Vagina can talk in that fake voice when white people are around doesn't make her a good person. She's honestly a really bad person. The stuff that Black China has done is some of it is just unredeemable. I don't think that she could ever come back for some certain things that she did, like trying to get back at Kylie, threatening Kylie on the internet, getting Future's name tattooed on her hand, if the tattoo is real, using Rob as a pawn in her game, trying to go out of her way to make her children cousins. And you support and condone this foolishness? Let me tell y'all something. As far as sitting around calling white folks cracker and the devil, you can do that shit if you want to. You can go ahead and say all the crackers you want. I'd rather get this cash cracking. So if you're not talking about black money, if you're not talking about black babies, if you're not talking about black people sticking together like glue in a positive way, then you're not really pro-black. Whatever you're saying is a bunch of foolishness, and I'm really just not trying to hear it. You know, it's a lot of people just blowing out hot air out of their ass mouth, and it's just really too much. But anyways, this is all my opinion, just because I think that her comments were full of shit. She's not really pro-black. She's just seemingly pro-black because she says some anti-white shit, which was dumb as hell, you know. And what she should have been talking about was some black money and some black babies. But her daughter's having a half white baby and a Kardashian. So how does that equal black power? Shout out to my half and half brothers and sisters out there, because some of you may be watching, and I'm not trying to shade you guys. I'm just talking about the mindset of these stupid ass black people who would think that what she said was some old pro-black stuff, and they're up there with their black powerless fist talking about some hotep with your damn arthritis stricken black powerless fist. People are clowns. You really want to talk about some black power? Let's get this money, make these black babies. Then we can talk about black power. Anything else is sheer foolishness. But this is all my opinion. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine. I just realized something. I mentioned Psycho Swirlers. I'm cutting the comment section off on this one. I cannot leave the comment section open as I already know what's going to happen. But I love the white man. Nah. Not leaving the comment section open. Not on this one. Meat Magazine.